Hey guys, it's Mike back here in the Nerd Cave. Today I just wanted to go over a budget build that gets you the most for your money with a great base for an upgrade path. That way, you can start small and really build onto it and make it an awesome PC. Let's get right into that. Also, one more thing guys, everything I talk about in today's video is going to be linked in the description below. Just check it out down there if you want to put together your own PC parts list. Thanks. Before we get started with the breakdown, I just wanted to throw a scenario out there to let you know if this is perfect for you. Let's think about this. You're like a high school kid or a college kid. You're on summer break and your goal this summer is to save up a little more money, maybe get to that like $1,000 mark to build a gaming PC for the years to come. But now let's think about this. It's the beginning of summer. You only have about $400 saved up so far. And you're like, man, I got a lot of free time. I wish I could play some games now. Well, that's what this PC is all about. I'm sure many of you probably saw this coming, but we're going to be going AMD on this one. They just have really good base for upgrading down the road, especially now with their B450 motherboards. They said they're going to be able to run the future 4000 series chips. But to start out today, we're going to try and get you into that build for $400. So let's start it out with the processor. We're going to be going with the Ryzen 3 3200G. It's an APU. It's got Vega 8 graphics built into it. So you're going to be able to get pretty decent frame rates in all esports titles, running at like 1080p low. I mean, you're not going to be doing anything super impressive with this chip. It can definitely run a handful of games at 1080p, even AAA, if they're not like the newest, most up-to-date games. Think of like GTA 5. It's still a pretty sick game. I mean, yeah, it's now 6 years old on PC, but it can run that at like 1080p medium settings and you're still getting 60 frames on this just little chip here, so that's pretty cool. We're going to be putting our CPU in a B450 motherboard. Specifically, the B450 Tomahawk Max from MSI. It already has the BIOS update needed for the 3000 series chips, so you won't have to worry about getting a board that isn't ready for the CPU. Now the RAM we're going to be pairing with this is 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM running at 3200 megahertz speed with a CAS latency of 16. It's the same RAM kit I actually used in my first video on this channel. It's from Team Group, and I've used it in a few builds. It's a great kit of RAM, $65, that's hard to beat. Alright, we're going to follow that up with our storage. We're going to start small here, but have decent speed with a solid state drive. It's only SATA speeds, but it's still an M.2 stick, so you don't have to worry about any cables or anything to it. And we're going to go with a Team Group M.2 SSD, 256 gigs. It's only about $35. It's a great way to get your foot in the door, get a handful of games downloaded, a handful of programs, and then upgrade down the road with maybe a bigger SSD or a hard drive. Powering our build today, we're going to go with the Thermaltake 500 watt Smart PSU. It's just 80 plus certified. The way that prices are going right now for PSUs with the crisis going on, it's really hard to find anything that's a good deal. This one has stayed strong, sitting about $45 to $50. Now for the case, and that's subjective, but I'm going to go with the Fantex P300 here. You could get like the P300A if you want a little better airflow down the road, but the 300 should be just fine for the specs we're working with and even some higher spec gear in the future. And it comes with an exhaust fan, which is great for what we need right now. It's a good looking case, has a PSU shroud. I think this one's going to be nice. There really isn't anything else right around this $50 to $55 price range that can compete. We're not going with a graphics card because we're just going to rely on the APU to run all of our stuff right now. But that's one of the things I want to talk about here is what is our upgrade path. So with all that added up, we're about $406. Get a Windows key from a friend, eBay, a website somewhere. I'm not going to tell you where to get it, but let's tack an extra 20 bucks on there, $426. But now let's jump to the future. Let's talk about the end of the summer. You're about to go back to school. You got that money saved up. You got an extra $600 now. You hit that $1,000 price point. And you want to know, what to do next. Well, you have a lot of options here, but what I would say first is the GPU. You've got a decent quad-core CPU in there. It's not the best thing you could have, but it'll get the job done for now if you want to play some good games. Even stream, especially if you go with this graphics card that I'm going to talk about. So the GPU I'm going to suggest to look at now is the 2060 KO from EVGA. It's about $299. You can sometimes find it on sale for even less, sometimes down around $280. And this is a killer GPU if you just want to hit 1080p high settings in just about any game out there. Esports titles getting well over 144 hertz, I mean even 240 hertz. It also has the NVENC encoder. So if you want to get into streaming, your quad-core CPU and your GPU can run the games, and then your GPU with the NVENC encoder from NVIDIA can also power your stream. The next upgrade I'd like to talk about is storage. We started small. We started with a 256 gig SSD, and I want to follow that up with another SSD. I would say shoot for maybe a 1 terabyte SSD if you want to put more games, especially future-proofing this. You want them to be able to load quick. You want your work to be able to load quick. Stick with solid state, and then maybe spend a little more money after that. Get like a 2 terabyte hard drive for another 70, $80. So let's say, for now, you just got the 1 terabyte SSD for about $100. You got the 2060 KO, $300. That leaves you with another $200. We could talk CPU upgrade, but I'm gonna say maybe hold off on that. The 4000 series chips should be right around the corner here, coming out probably October, November. And this motherboard has already been approved by AMD. They said their B450 boards are gonna be all good with a BIOS update to run the new 4000 series chips. I would say hold off. The CPU should be able to get you through a couple months, and then you can upgrade and go big, get huge improvements. You can save that $200, wait for that CPU upgrade, or maybe get a job while you're in school, save up a little more, and you'll also have that upgrade available. It's not a necessary upgrade, but by the time holiday comes around and those things are out, they are gonna be awesome. That's gonna wrap it up today, guys. I wanted to keep this one short and quick, just kind of informative, let you know what to buy. And if you're interested in me doing a build like this, let me know down in the comments, and maybe I can put something together here in the next few weeks. Maybe test it out, show you guys what performance looks like. With that said, everybody have a good day, and see you back here in the Nerd Cave sometime soon.